Welcome back to another video in the comments series. I have a special one for you here today. And by that, I mean, like, it gets you right here in the heart if you watch this movie. And if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. The documentary, I should say, is called Everything is a Rich Man's Trick. Sometimes it has this in the title, 9/11. We have to be careful what we say here on YouTube, right? Because we have censorship in play. JFK to 9/11. And this is such a phenomenal documentary, and one that I highly recommend to anyone to see. If you've seen it, you know what I mean. It's, what is it, 3 hours long ish, 3+ hours long. But let's jump into the comments down here and see what we have. By the way, if you like this video, if you get any value at all whatsoever, please give me a thumbs up. That helps me. Leave a comment down below letting me know if you've seen this movie, what your thoughts are. Recommend other documentaries, right? Share knowledge with us. That's how this series started, because I learned so much from the comments, and it started with comments on my own social media, but I'm broadening the scope to talk about comments all over the web, and I have a feeling this is going to be an amazing one. This one says, best documentary I've ever seen. This explains to me everything that is happening today. If it weren't for greed and power, could you imagine how beautiful the world would be? I'm going to give that a like there. I can't imagine. It is an amazing documentary, and I concur. You know, there are a lot of good documentaries out there, but this is always the one to go to for the mass awakening, the immediate awakening. Robert F. Kennedy's Jr.'s The Anthony Fauci documentaries, the 2-part series, is also phenomenal. Now I truly understand why ignorance is bliss. This documentary is both excellent and horrifying. I agree. To think I voted for some of these evil people makes me ill. I am sharing this to wake up people like me. Brilliant documentary and should be shown everywhere. Thank you for all the work put into this documentary. Yeah, I felt that way too, because, you know, I'm a conservative person, a Republican, and I voted for some of those people in the documentary too. And now I just look back, just like that comment said, in kind of horror, really, quite frankly. This documentary should be broadcast without interruption on every television, phone, tablet, or computer for everyone to understand. Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. Great documentary, terrifying but eye-opening. 17,000 people liked this video, and it has almost 700,000 views. How great would it be if 17,000 of those people decided to come together and hold these corrupt people responsible? It would be. I've watched hundreds of hours of documentaries and raw footage from these events. This is without a doubt the greatest documentary in history. Wow, you know what? I'm probably gonna have to share that on social media. I'll probably grab a bunch of these and share them out in social media posts, because that's the whole thing. Getting people to click that. We're so distracted by Hulu, Netflix, and Amazon Prime, What's Up with the Kardashians, Real Housewives, all the bullshit. And meanwhile, the most amazing gems of information are right under our noses. My parents believe I'm crazy for thinking the government wants us to lose our freedoms. I've known this for a long time. Wow. And I'm still young. Good for them, waking up young and trying to talk their parents into it. It's sad how many just will never believe this sickening truth. If nothing happens for the good of the people, we will truly be in the end times of a free America. That's why I started speaking up. I don't want to make waves. I mean, I don't want to offend or alienate people, but in this particular situation, all that shit is out the door. I mean, when lives and the future of our country is at stake, again, you're not going to try. I don't try to alienate people or offend them, but you got to speak the truth. If I had to watch one film to understand why things are irrevocably fucked forever, this is it. Incredible feat laying out this much information in a clear and understandable way. This should be mandatory watching in every classroom. You know it should. 10 years later, everything is rich man's trick, and my favorite expression. It started to become my favorite expression too, sadly. As they roll one after another event out that is fooling the masses. Anyone if you see this, you're never going to be fooled by those assholes again. This is one of the best history fact-based documentaries I've ever seen. Very dense in info and very long, but covers lots that is needed. It is important to supplement with a good history background and slight understanding of economics and finance to understand how all of it comes together and is verifiable. Yeah. This has got to be one of the best conspiracy documentaries that I've ever watched. It's long, but totally packed with information, drawing connections that I never would have on my own and giving details to information that I thought I would already knew well. That's the other thing. Most of us assume we already know it. That's why I almost didn't watch the second part of the real Anthony Fauci movie. I was like, well, what am I going to learn? That these people are complete assholes and, doing everything under the sun to hurt us? But there always is more to learn. And I was humbled because that documentary, especially near the end, where he's talking about the optimism and hope that can happen if and good that can happen if people come together. So, that's one of the things that I learned, always watch these things. You can never know enough. Let's see what this one says. Long ago, I was gifted your documentary, and I have shared hundreds of times. I pray we both see the wave of justice this demands. My eternal gratitude for your research, mind and soul, as it would take all three and much of your life's time and dedication. Thank you, my brethren. You are a vessel of God's armor. He was, whoever made that. This is an amazing documentary which reaffirms the beliefs I've held my entire life. Wow, good for that person. This is one of my most valuable findings throughout the years of studying real history. How I wish I had found it earlier would have helped me understand everything much more easier and faster. It took me years to put all these together. Thank you for doing this. Yeah. We all wish we would have found it earlier, right? We could have saved so many lives. When we wake up, I too agree this documentary is the most well-researched ever. All of the live witnesses, including family members, brought an entire new level to this film. Prayers for Mr. Connolly and all the patriots who endangered their lives by getting this information to us. Thanks to all the patriots working to free the world of these tyrants, including freeing the children, I believe humanity must stand up and say no more to all of this tyranny of the rich. Kudos to Francis Connolly on a fantastic, beautifully done. Awesome to see this, that more people are finding this film. This was 3 months ago. Being awake used to be a lonely pursuit. I can imagine. I mean, I had a huge awakening in 2021. For me, it was always like governments just sketch me out, like pretty much both sides. But I didn't really know about the Republican Party as well, either one of them till this one. I mean, and this is freaking eye-opening. Yeah, it's great to have people waking up because you can talk to people. Let's see. I've watched this documentary so many times that I have large sections of FRC's dialogue memorized, even though I haven't seen it in a while since YouTube has been pretty successful clamping down on it. This film crystallized so many thoughts I already had, but couldn't articulate them nearly as well as FRC did. He deserves our gratitude. I have seen, let me see where we're at time-wise, 8, 9, let's go into another couple minutes. I've seen this numerous times, and it's just as brilliant the 7th time around. I'll tell you, kudos to that person, because it's hard for me to watch it again, especially when they're talking about Nazi Germany and the horrific crimes against humanity that went down there. A really eye-opening video. I wish I could find fault with it and say bullshit, but I can't. I'm 61 years old. This looks like a good comment. And I've basically thought since I was a teenager that the CIA was behind it, but never realized the extent of all of this. This is really thought out. This is really thought out and put together. Unfortunately, I don't think there are enough people truly aware of anything or awake to this or anything else going on. Voting isn't going to fix or solve it, and it is not. Voting is not. If it did, they would outlaw voting in the name of the national security. People either need to be willing to rise up, yes, rise up, or settle for what they are doing and going to continue doing and forcing on us. Personally, I'd rather die standing up for what I believe in than take a knee and give in to them. Wish there were more. I agree with that. I'm going to end it on that comment there, but I will say more people are waking up, and also more people are starting to think that way. And here's why I started speaking up. Once you realize these assholes will never stop effing with us, once you realize that, you go all in. You go all in and you speak truth and you try to wake up as many people as you can, your friends and family, and protect your friends and family to what degree you can. People in my immediate family are on board with me now, and I even got an apology, which I wasn't expecting, didn't want, didn't need, from someone after the COVID, experience in my family. Um, I was I was shocked, but like I say, I mean, you love your family no matter what, unconditional, and they can do no wrong. They're always going to be your family. But I will say, people have had it with this bullshit. They're waking up in a big way. So I'm cautiously optimistic. All right, there it is. If you haven't seen this movie, I highly recommend it. As you can see, pretty much every comment does as well. Leave me a thumbs up if you like this video. Recommend other documentaries down below. And if you do recommend them, I will put them in the guide that I created called How to Save the World at savetheworldguide.com. It's a free guide. That is my contribution to the, fight for the fate of humanity, as Mark Moss talks about, right? You're going to get access to all the documentaries, including this one, live links to all of those, including 31 action steps. Because sometimes on my posts, people would say, hey, I'm awake and aware, but what do we do about it? Well, I've given you 31 ideas that I'm practicing in my own life, and you could start practicing in your life. Again, savetheworldguide.com. Check it out. That's it. Have an awesome day. Until next time, I wish you all the best health, wealth, and success. Bye-bye.